everybody, my name's Annabelle, and I'm really excited to speak to you today about our Europe tours. You don't always have to travel long haul to discover brand new cultures, fascinating history, and incredible landscapes. We're lucky enough to have tons of fantastic places right on our doorstep, which deliver travel experiences just as good as any far-flung destination. And we're thrilled to bring our unique style of fully inclusive touring to these destinations so that you can explore closer to home in that classic Wendy Wu way, with absolutely everything taken care of. So, let's head over to our first stop, Portugal. Small in size but rich in history, extravagant architecture and spectacular scenery, Portugal punches well above its weight to earn its place as one of Europe's most rewarding travel destinations. Our 12-day Portugal Uncovered tour takes you on a wonderful journey from colourful Porto to the pretty cobbled streets of Lisbon. Along the way, you'll sample Portugal's delicious cuisine, sip on those world-class wines, and discover dramatic castles, cathedrals, monasteries, and so many other legacies of Portugal's golden past. So, as I mentioned, this tour starts in the vibrant city of Porto. The city centre is a UNESCO-listed site, and we spend time here exploring its famous monuments and hidden secrets, before visiting one of the city's oldest cellars for some port tasting. We head north to the historic town of Guimarães for a tour of its UNESCO-listed medieval centre and castle, and visit Viana do Castelo to sample the local seafood and admire the eclectic mix of Renaissance, Baroque and Art Deco architecture. You'll get to experience the wild beauty of the Guimarães National Park, where you'll find crystal clear streams, hidden waterfalls and peaceful lakes, and even enjoy a few nights in the heart of the Douro Valley. The Douro Valley is actually the world's oldest wine region and is famous for its gorgeous terrace slopes. We'll explore the region on board a historic Rebello boat cruising along the Douro River. We'll hop on a train for a scenic rail trip and travel by coach to a family-run winery for a vineyard tour and to sample some of those delicious wines, of course. Journeying south, we stop by a number of Portugal's prettiest towns. The small town of Tomar is considered one of Portugal's finest historical jewels, and where you'll find the UNESCO-listed Convent of Christ and the nearby 14th century monastery of Batala. We also stop to explore the medieval town of Abidos, which is surrounded by historic walls and beautiful countryside, and here we'll get to soak up the atmosphere as we wander the cobbled paths and discover tiny medieval houses. And even further south in the Alentejo region, we'll stop by a family-run cork farm to learn about the corking process and sample some more of the local wines. Whilst in Alentejo, we'll also visit the region's historic capital, Evora. This well-preserved town is brimming with Roman ruins and Gothic churches, and has lots of quaint, narrow alleyways to explore with wonderful traditional food. And finally, the last stops of this tour are Sintra and Lisbon. Sintra is a fabulously romantic 19th century town with brightly coloured villas and pristine parks and gardens. The whole area is a classified UNESCO World Heritage Site, but the star of the show here is most certainly the Pina Palace, with its vibrant walls and lovely hilltop location. And then we end the tour with 2 nights in Lisbon. There's so much to see and do in this fantastic city, and we'll enjoy a guided walking tour of the beautiful historic centre and board a private 1930s tram to explore some of the city's oldest and most picturesque districts. You'll get to see the city from an entirely different angle, with a relaxing cruise along the Tagus River, and find yourself swept up in the evocative and deeply traditional Portuguese music known as Fado, as we spend an evening discovering Lisbon's most iconic Fado houses. Now we're heading over to Turkey for the second of our tours in Europe. The place where East meets West, Turkey is a treasure trove of fascinating history and archaeological wonders. Our aptly named Treasures of Turkey tour is a 15-day journey showcasing the very best of this incredible destination. You'll explore the icons of Istanbul, Gallipoli's battlegrounds, Cappadocia's breathtaking landscapes, and uncover the extraordinary, rich culture and history of this wonderful country on this all-encompassing adventure. The tour starts in Istanbul, a city regarded as the most influential in the history of the last 2 millennia. Istanbul is a melting pot of the old and new, a vibrant modern metropolis built around a historical heart where Roman, Byzantine and Ottoman treasures can be seen. Its settling along the Bosporus Strait is equally as dramatic, and the city's imperious skyline is best observed from the water. And that's exactly what we do with a private cruise along the waterway that divides Europe and Asia. In the city itself, you'll get to admire the 2,500 stained glass windows of the Blue Mosque, gaze upon the Hagia Sophia, the crowning achievement of the Byzantine Empire, and explore the UNESCO-listed districts of Fener and Balat, where you can watch local life unfold in the maze of these colourful historic neighbourhoods. We visit the fabled UNESCO World Heritage Site of Troy to discover its vast ancient walls and famous legends, and explore the incredibly well-preserved Greco-Roman city, Pergamon, known for its unusually steep amphitheatre looking over the plains which surround it. In Bergamo, we enjoy a special lunch with a local family in a typical village house. This is a wonderful and unique opportunity to experience true Turkish hospitality and try Turkish home-cooked food with the locals. Then it's on to one of my favourite stops on this tour, Ephesus. Ephesus is one of the ancient world's most famous cities and is believed to have been settled in the 10th century BC. The streets and buildings are so well preserved, it really isn't hard to imagine ancient life here as you wander past the bathhouses, library, and enormous theatre. Now for a very special treat in the ancient Greek city of Magnesia. Not only is Magnesia lesser visited by tourists, but we enjoy an exclusive guided tour here, seeing archaeological excavations which aren't usually open to the public, so it's an experience we're really pleased to be able to include on this tour. In Pamukkale and the ancient city of Hierapolis, you'll see the spectacular terraces of calcium pools which cascade down the hillside, and later you can take a dip in the hotel's rejuvenating natural thermal pools yourself. We'll discover some of the most significant and best preserved caravanserais in Turkey, which were important resting points for traders and explorers travelling along the old Silk Road, and watch a ritual performance by whirling dervishes, which is a deeply mystical experience where dancers fall into rhythmic like trance states. Spend 2 days exploring the otherworldly landscapes and rock-hewn villages of Cappadocia. Created by the constant eruptions from two huge volcanoes and thousands of years of erosion, Cappadocia is one of the most visually impressive geological sites in Europe, and has been occupied for many centuries by various civilizations who have carved dwellings into the soft rock formations. Explore the monastic centre of Gurim, often described as an open-air museum. This site is regarded as the crown jewels of Cappadocia's rich history, and is home to some of the finest rock-hewn churches in the region. You'll see the unusual cone-shaped chapels of the Pasabag Valley, the rock-carved natural citadel of Ujizar, and will also explore the fascinating underground cities which lie deep within the rock. We also get more opportunity to learn more about the local culture here in Cappadocia. Stop by a local pottery studio for your chance to master the creation of traditional Cappadocian pottery yourself. And once again, you'll be welcomed into the home of a local family to eat authentic Turkish home cooking in their traditional stone house decorated with Turkish textiles and Cappadocian rugs. That's all before heading back to Istanbul for a day at leisure and a final farewell dinner with your fellow travellers before flying home the following day. I hope you've enjoyed our travels through Portugal and Turkey today, and we hope to welcome you on a Wendy Wu tour very soon. Thank you, goodbye.